In this video, I'm going to show you how to swap out the choke lever in one of these small engine carburetors. Now this is going on a 14 horse Kohler K321, and what I'm talking about is this choke lever right here. The lever arm that this carburetor comes with is different than the one on the tractor, and I need to swap this arm out. This is the choke arm that needs to go in it. As you can see, it's quite a bit shorter. There's the difference. So we need to pull this choke arm out, and there's a couple things that I want to give you some tips on so that you don't lose this detent ball and spring. So I'll bring the camera in up tight, I'll show you the tools I'm using, and we'll get this lever changed out. Now one of the most important things to have is this baking sheet. This is just a regular oven baking sheet, got about 1 inch high sides on it. Because when that detent ball and spring come out, if you don't have it captured in something, I guarantee you're going to lose it. First thing we need to do is remove these two screws. And I've already got them loosened up, so I'll just unthread them, let them fall into that baking tray. They can roll around, but I'm not going to lose them. And now you can see what that looks like there. There's your two threaded holes for those screws. And now you want to be careful because you can pull this right out and that detent ball and spring are going to come flying. So what I do, I always have this leaned down. And I usually put my finger over this hole here, kind of at this angle. Put my finger over that hole there because that detent ball and spring are right in there. Put your finger over that. When you pull this lever out, that ball and spring should fall out onto the baking dish. So put my finger over right there, slowly pull this out. You can see there's the old choke lever, and there's my detent ball and spring. Now how do we get that ball and spring back in there? I generally just lay the carburetor straight up and down. I kind of put my finger over the side of it right there so nothing falls inside the carburetor. And drop the spring straight down. As you can see, it fell right into the hole. And I'll do the same thing with the ball. Put my finger over this side, straight up and down. And hopefully this ball lands right on top of the spring. Just like that there. And now we're ready to slide this choke lever in. I'm just going to slide it in about halfway. And now I use a small flathead screwdriver. See if you can see that right there. And you have to push down on the ball and slide the lever in at the same time. Now this part can be a little bit tricky. So let me get this out of the way a little bit. I'm going to get the choke lever in very closely. So the choke lever is just touching that detent ball. So I'm going to stick my screwdriver in there. Push down on the detent ball while pushing the choke lever in at the same time. Just like that. And now your choke lever should be just about flush. I'm going to rotate that around so I know the detent ball is falling into the little groove there on the choke lever. And now all we need to do is screw this plate back in. Now another important tip, these little screws here, I use a magnetic tipped screwdriver for those. But if you'll notice, when I push down on that detent ball, you do not want a magnetic tip screwdriver. Otherwise, that detent ball will stick to your screwdriver. It will make it more difficult to push it down. So magnetic screwdriver for these two screws, non-magnetic for your detent ball. Now we'll check the operation of this choke lever. It's working perfect. I hope this video was helpful and informational to you on swapping out your choke levers. Get your little tractors or small engines running again, and thank you for watching.